All right, back in the shop. I said all right again. Dang it. Welcome back again to the KSR YouTube channel. It's just, I don't know, it's like just the way I talk, I guess, when I'm kicking off videos, and maybe we'll get better at it. Or maybe we'll just embrace it. And we'll be like, who's it, Matthew McConaughey in some really old movie that you guys have probably never seen.
Oh my God, the old guy's rambling again.
All right. Yeah, that's even better. But check out who's back.
Hi guys.
CJ's back.
I'm not dead yet.
So I caught some flack on the last PRI video about what all went down with CJ. And I'll explain the reason why I did what I did after the intro. So, welcome to all the new subscribers. There's been a bunch lately, which has been awesome. Maybe because we're doing the video every day, you know, here in the shop for December. So that's been great. And we also have a members only section, which I haven't done as much the last couple of weeks just because I've been doing a video every day. But we will post some behind the scenes stuff. And I'd actually planned on talking about CJ and the members only section first, but now he's back, so we can say all what went down during the PRI show. That's another project you guys are going to get to see probably in a video. Let's see, this video will post on Wednesday possibly, so then that might post Thursday or Friday. Not sure exactly just yet. But we have Christmas tree drags coming up this weekend, so there will be some videos for that. We've got something new to install on Soccer Mom. Not sure if that's going to happen before we actually go to the Christmas tree drags, just because we've got a lot of stuff to get done to get to the Christmas tree drags. And in typical fashion, I brought in a dyno appointment on Monday for just a real quick dyno tune. Turned into an extra install of an ignition system. And so I've got to do that today, which wasn't planned, but I gotta see if I can smash through it and get it done. Yeah, we got a lot going on. But everybody saw in the video that CJ was in a sling, you know, at the end of the PRI video when we met back up with him after he had a trip to the hospital. And I didn't talk about it in the video about all of the actual thing that went down because, you know, I didn't really know what all CJ wanted to talk about. And it's not my place to go telling medical stuff, sensitive medical stuff, without permission. So he's had a few days here back in town, been talking to some doctors. And you want to tell everybody what went down?
Yeah, so I did not fall in the snow.
Yeah,
I did actually, but I didn't hurt myself.
That was before the situation.
Yeah, that was us being stupid out in the snow, throwing snowballs at each other. But so we were walking through the PRI show, and I kind of started to feel a little off, and my hands started shaking, and my head started shaking, and I don't remember much after that.
Yeah.
So apparently, I had a seizure.
Yep.
And during the seizure, somehow I dislocated my shoulder, which is why I have the sling. But this is a good wake-up call for people to go get yourself checked out. Because apparently I have high blood pressure, and that's what caused the seizure. And I did not know about that because I haven't been to a doctor in ages.
This guy hasn't either. I had a physical done last year for my pilot stuff, but I don't have a regular primary physician that I go see at least once a year. I probably should. Kind of been a wake-up call. And unfortunately, you really found the need to have a regular doctor visit.
Yeah, I had 2 this week. That's more than I've had in a real long time.
Plus a stay in the hospital.
That's right.
And you got to ride in an ambulance.
Yeah.
And at least for us at the show, like the PRI show's super crowded. So we're walking through, and we were actually headed to the practice tree shootout at Nitrous Express. I had already bought and paid for an entry fee, and then we were headed to go do that kind of little competition thing there. And I hear Will ask CJ, what in the world's going on? And then I turn around and it's all going down. And I've never seen something like that before, at least up close like that, especially to someone that, you know, is a good buddy and care for and all that kind of stuff. So we're all freaking out, trying to help, don't know really what to do. There was a woman that was, she jumped right in and had had experience with, you know, people having seizures before, didn't get her name. Like, she just showed up and it was awesome. I wish I had her name. Maybe this video will help us find her. But I think you talked to her a little bit after.
I just thanked her.
Told her
afterwards.
thanks.
Yeah.
But like, I helped her take her lanyard off of her neck at one point because she was actually helping to stabilize CJ. Because, you know, at the moment it happened, he didn't know what was going on. And then when he started coming back to again, because he passed out in the middle of it, you know, he's freaking out that there's a crowd of people around you. Like, and you're like, what the heck's going on? And, you know, we're trying to keep him calm because you don't know what all happened. Because in the middle of the event, like, he fell down into a display booth at ATI, like the balancer people, like ATI balancers, and kind of slid it out of the way a little bit. And then obviously all of a sudden a huge crowd kind of comes around to try and help. And that woman was awesome. She kind of mommed us a little bit and like took control of the situation, and it was awesome. I'd love to say thanks to her personally if I had the opportunity to. But after that got situated, the medical staff at the convention center took us to a private room and did some tests, and then EMS showed up and took CJ to the hospital. And you don't remember any of that.
I barely remember being on the ambulance.
Yeah.
But
And I mean, that was probably 20 minutes, I would guess. Like,
Yep.
I don't remember any of that.
But they showed up quick. So
oh,
like,
yeah.
It's like after we called, like, the convention center first aid, they were there in probably a minute.
Yep.
You know, after calling them, they were there
Yep.
right away. And then the actual paramedics were there probably 3 minutes after them.
Yeah.
Like, it was super.
Well, the medical people of the convention center, like, it probably took, they were there in a minute and then got you in a wheelchair, and then we went to that little room, and that journey probably took 5 minutes maybe to get there.
But like literally right after we got in.
Oh, as we're walking in,
the
the actual paramedic showed up and then kind of took over the situation and ran some tests and did some things, and then CJ got to go spend the night in the hospital.
Yeah.
In Indy, which I will say they ran you through some tests really quick, which was awesome.
Everybody was super great there, but definitely a scary situation.
Yeah. Oh yeah, kind of scared all of us.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Which I mean, I'm sure for you it was definitely very eye opening. But even for the rest of us, like, you know, Will that's with us, he's worked at a hospital for 30 years, so he, you know, kind of had an idea of the things that needed to happen. Called CJ's mom immediately and was talking to her, you know, telling her what was going on, because, you know, they're down here in Florida and we're up in Indy. So, you know, we had to ask, you know, questions about insurance stuff and medical stuff. And it's an eye opener for me, because if that was anybody or if it was me, nobody's got my insurance stuff. It's all in an email somewhere with my, you know, my insurance information, because I don't carry a wallet anymore. I basically just carry my phone with a couple of credit cards in it and my ID. So it's kind of important, I think, to have all of that information readily available, because in the situation, like, CJ wasn't going to be any help to us. I wouldn't have been any help if I was in the middle of an event like that. So we got to work out some way to have that information.
We need to have your information because you're old. You never know what could happen.
Yeah. This is true, but yeah, it turned into, I guess so. Will rode in the ambulance with him, and Eddie and I went back to the house that we had rented, packed up some clothes, phone charger, because we weren't sure really how long it was going to be going down, and Will decided he was going to stay at the hospital because we were all there kind of in the room. Eddie and I went back to the hospital after we went to the house and got up the stuff. And then it's kind of just a wait and see game. And then the doctor came in Saturday morning. And so when we get up Saturday morning, we're supposed to be checking out of the house by 10 o'clock. We don't know if we need another night. We don't know if we're going to be able to make our flights. So after the Saturday morning prayer breakfast at PRI, I was on the phone for a couple of hours trying to get a hold of somebody at Southwest, trying to get a hold of somebody at our Verbo, which won't ever use that company again. Nice house, but absolutely terrible communication. Like they would just bounce me around to different people and never mind, I don't need to rant on that. But like spent a lot of time on the phone trying to, what?
Lord knows he can.
Oh gosh, it was.
He's reached the flow state of yap.
So thankfully, to make a long story short, they discharged CJ probably around 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
And then he came to the convention center. Eddie had packed up all of the bags for Will and CJ because they never made it back to the house. So packed up all the bags, brought them to the convention center. The guys at WireCare let us store our stuff behind their booth. We've done this a few years in the past because they've got a side booth that's right next to the outside wall at PRI. So they let us store our bags there so that we can literally fly right out of the PRI show. Well, Eddie had to pack up Will and CJ's, all their stuff.
All their dirty clothes.
Ew.
Thank you.
But we worked it out where we went, as soon as they got to the convention center, we decided to go right to the airport, which you saw in that PRI day 2 and 3 video. So, that's where we are now. CJ's back with us, which is awesome.
Hopefully everything goes well with all my doctor's appointments and all that stuff. But
Yep.
I'm glad that I'm able to come back and work.
Yeah, it probably gets bored pretty quick sitting around the house. So,
Yeah.
Even though you got your dogs to play with.
Yeah, they kind of suck sometimes.
All right, so that's our real behind-the-scenes story of PRI. So I guess kind of the underlying theme of this video is go get checked out at a doctor. Just have a regular checkup. And I'm talking to myself because I'm in the process of setting a checkup for me as well. Some of you guys have seen the thing on my pinky. I got to have that taken care of. And it's just weird.
Ew.
It's weird.
Ew.
And I've had it cut off before and it grew back. So I'm growing a finger off my finger.
Yeah, you got 6 fingers.
I got 6 fingers. So I want to get that taken care of and just do a little more in-depth checkup. Because
Don't be that dumb old fart that says, I ain't going to the doctor, I'm good. And then 3 weeks later they have a heart attack. How many times does that happen? Probably more than I can count.
Probably a lot. So, yep, going to be going to a regular doctor myself, get checked up, because I'm 45 now. It's
Damn! Sorry.
Thanks, Eddie. Oh yeah. So that's probably going to do it for this video. That'll be a quick one, kind of in our daily video stuff. But thank you all again for watching, subscribing, and following along. Hopefully we will see you at Christmas Tree Drags, or you will be able to see us on Freedom Plus for the Christmas Tree Drags 2025, where we will have Reno's car with Reno driving and me driving Soccer Mom, which we have to mount Christmas trees to this car. We've got our mount for Soccer Mom,
Are we
but
just gonna put it on the roof? That's probably the best thing, I think.
we need to talk to Reno about that when he comes in today.
Okay.
Okay,
I think we just ratchet strap that down to the roof.
gotcha.
Little saran wrap on top, tied up, ratchet strap down.
That could work. Did we actually say what happened, that you dislocated your shoulder during the seizure?
Yeah.
Did we say that?
You said that.
If we did say that, I couldn't remember.
Yeah. He
Yeah.
literally pulled his shoulder out of its socket with his own muscles.
He's strong.
He jacked.
I'm strong with one arm now.
All right, see you guys tomorrow.